Hey everyone, in this tutorial I'm just going to be teaching you how to make a very basic cannon. The cannon's going to use prop spawners and forces to make it work. Like I said, it's just a really basic cannon and I don't really expect anyone to use this kind of thing in game. But using the idea from this cannon, you can make your own versions, bigger versions, ones that attach to cars, whatever you want to do with it. But I'm just going to show you the basics of it and let you do what you want from there. So let me just start off. We'll be using props from useful and explosive. This is in Phoenix mod 3, by the way. You need that. Use small cannon. This is the main barrel of our cannon. Rotate it facing upwards. This gap at the top is where the ammo will drop in. This gap at the front is where the ammo will fire out. And this gap at the back is where our forcer will go. What the forcer does, it will force the props out through the front at whatever the rate you set. So I'll get around to that in a minute. For now I'm just going to build the cannon. If we go to general construction, spawn a metal plate one by one. This is just going to hold the controls for the cannon. Just wire it to the back for now. Okay, now we need to spawn the cannonball. This can be found in miscellaneous, which is somewhere around here. There it is. Cannonball should be at the very bottom. It's called small cannonball. This thing can cause a lot of damage. Okay, place the cannonball at the top here. If you've never used a prop spawner before, then, well, it's not really that hard. In fact, they're really easy to use. But this is what we're going to be using in this tutorial for the cannon. Hopefully just by looking at this you should understand how a prop spawner works and how to use it. But if you're still stuck, I'm sure you can find a tutorial somewhere. Okay, so freeze the cannonball just above the slot here. The reason why is because the spawner will drop the cannonballs into the tube and fire them out. If this is inside, then it's not going to work properly. So just weld this to your barrel just to stop it from moving. Okay, next we need to turn it into a prop spawner. We won't be using the prop spawner in tools, instead we'll be using the one in wire. The reason for this is so we can use a button to spawn the props. You can find this in wire physics, prop spawner. The settings explain themselves really. Spawn delay you can leave at 0. This is the delay between pressing the button and the amount of time that it takes for the prop to spawn. Automatic undo delay is just how long it takes the props to delete themselves once they've been spawned. It's good to have this at a fairly low setting just so you don't lag servers or mess servers up with loads of props. So there you go. For settings you have spawn delay 0, undo delay 20. Active props, that just tells you how many you've got spawned at the moment. So there's none spawned, so it's 0. If you go to wire input output, go to button, you can make the controls to make this spawn. So choose your model of button, untick toggle, make value on 1 and value off 0. 1 for on, 0 for off. Place it there, that'll do. Next we need to wire it. So go to wire tools, wire, pick your settings. Now there's 2 options on a prop spawner, but we only need to use one. There's spawn and undo. We don't need undo because it's already got undo delay, which is 20 seconds, so we really don't need to wire up the undo option. Click spawn, wire it up to your button, there's the wire there, and if we just press this button, you can see there it spawns a cannonball. And after 20 seconds this cannonball should delete itself. So there you go, we have our ammo cartridge which will keep reloading the cannon itself. Now we need to propel these props forward, and we'll be doing that by using a forcer. This can be found in wire physics, and if we look through it, where is it? There it is, it's forcer. Force multiplier, I'm just going to use 1000 for this. Force distance, this is the beam. The longer the beam, it means that it's going to fire, oh, how do I explain this? Just like if you use a ranger, the beam is a distance. Anything within this distance will be affected as long as it's touching the beam. So I've set the beam to 100, which should just be enough for this barrel. There's the beam there, see it doesn't come outside the barrel, which is good. Because if I'm standing here and someone turns the forcer on, I'll go flying, which we don't want. So there we have the forcer. And now we need to make the controls for it. If we go to wire input output, go to button again. Once more, choose your settings. Let's just use fire. Toggle off. It's up to you. You can have toggle on. It doesn't really matter. If you have toggle on and you fire it, it means it will constantly be pushing things forward. So if you drop a cannonball into this, it will straight away be fired out. If you have toggle off, it has to wait until you press the button to fire it. For now, I'll use toggle on just so you can see what happens. Now the value on, instead of like a button where you have one is on this the value on is the force, which the force will be pushing the props at. So for now we'll just use 100. Value off 0, which means there's no force. Pretty easy. Put the fire button here. Go to wire tools, blah blah blah. This is still here. No, that's because it just spawned.